Most people go through life without truly seeing what's around them. They hear, but they don't listen. They look, but they don't observe. They react, but they don't understand. But imagine if you could walk into any room and read it like a book. Imagine being able to pick up on the smallest signals, connect hidden patterns, and even predict what will happen next. Not with magic, not with guessing, but with real, powerful observation. In fiction, there's a character who does this almost perfectly. AYANOKOJI Kiyotaka. He doesn't just see the world, he decodes it. While others are distracted or emotional, he notices the tiny details others miss. He studies people's body language, patterns in speech, emotional reactions, and even how power flows in a room. Now, yes, AYANOKOJI is a fictional character, but the skills he uses, they are real. And even better, they are trainable. This video is going to provide you with full 4-level framework to build this exact ability in your own life. We will go step by step, from basic observation to predicting future events. You'll learn how to sharpen your senses, understand social dynamics, and use your insights in real-time situations. By the end, you won't just see more. You'll understand more. You'll think faster. You'll react smarter. And people will start wondering how you always seem one step ahead. Let's begin with the first level. Level 1, clear perception, seeing without distortion. The first step is simple to understand but hard to master. It's learning how to see clearly. Most people don't do this. They walk into a room already distracted, thinking about their phone, their emotions, or their to-do list. And their brains fill in the blanks using assumptions instead of facts. This is dangerous, because it means you're not seeing what's real. You're seeing what your brain expects. So how do we fix this? We train a skill called active perception. Technique 1, the OODA loop. The best method to start with is something called the OODA loop. It was developed by military strategist John Boyd and used by fighter pilots in combat. It stands for observe, take in your surroundings without judgment. Orient, understand where you are and how things are positioned. Decide, choose what's most important right now. Act, respond based on what you observed. You can use this loop in your normal life. When you walk into a coffee shop, don't just look for a seat. First, observe the space as a whole. Then orient yourself. Who is sitting where? What are they doing? What's the energy like? Then decide, what's the best place for you to sit based on your purpose? And then you act. This trains your brain to stop running on autopilot and start paying attention. Technique 2, peripheral awareness. The second part of clear perception is widening your attention. Most people look at one thing and block out the rest. But real observation means noticing what's happening around your focus point. You can train this through a simple walk. As you walk, keep your head up and your focus soft. Notice what's moving at the edges of your vision. Is someone walking faster than the rest? Is a group gathered somewhere? Who's talking loudly? This type of relaxed focus trains your brain to scan for useful data, even when you're not consciously thinking about it. Technique 3, emotional detachment. Here's the hard part. Even if you observe well, your emotions can distort what you see. If you're angry, nervous, or insecure, your brain will twist the facts. You might imagine threats that aren't there, or miss important clues because your feelings are too loud. So we need a tool for emotional discipline. It's called third-person framing. Whenever you're in a tense situation, imagine you are watching yourself from the outside, like a movie scene. What would a calm outsider notice right now? What details would they focus on? What would seem important to them? This creates psychological distance and it gives your mind room to breathe. You stop reacting and start observing again. When you practice this enough, it becomes a habit. And once your perception is clear and focused, you're ready for level 2. Level 2, deep analysis, making sense of what you see. At this level, it's no longer about just observing. It's about understanding. Let's say you notice someone crossing their arms. That's an observation. But what does it mean? Are they cold? Defensive? Feeling shy? To answer that, we need to go deeper. Strategy 1, proxemics, reading spatial behavior. This is the study of how people use space. Invented by Edward Hall, proxemics teaches us that how people position themselves tells us a lot about their mindset. For example, someone who moves into another person's personal space may be asserting dominance. Someone who keeps a wide distance might be uncomfortable or submissive. People who lean in are usually engaged or curious. People who turn their feet away may want to leave. You can practice this at cafes, parks, or on public transportation. Just observe, how do people react when space is invaded? How do groups naturally organize themselves? Strategy 2, baseline tracking, noticing changes. Every person has a normal pattern, how they usually move, speak, and behave. This is called their baseline. The moment someone breaks from that pattern, it often means something important is happening. For example, a calm person who starts fidgeting may be anxious. A talkative person who goes silent may be hiding something. A confident speaker who avoids eye contact may be uncomfortable. Start tracking this when you interact with people regularly, coworkers, classmates, friends. Know their baseline so that when a change happens, it stands out. Strategy 3. Probabilistic thinking. When you make observations, don't jump to conclusions. Instead, treat each detail like a piece of a puzzle. Say someone is sweating. That could mean they're nervous, or maybe they're hot, or maybe they just ran up the stairs. Rather than picking one meaning and sticking to it, assign probabilities in your mind. 80% chance they're nervous, 20% they're hot. Then wait for more data to confirm or shift your theory. This keeps your mind flexible. It also protects you from confirmation bias, where you only look for proof that you're already right. Strategy 4. Cross-referencing cues. When someone says one thing but their body says another, it's a red flag. Let's say someone says, "I'm fine," but their arms are crossed, their tone is flat, and they're avoiding eye contact. The words say one thing, the body says something else. When verbal and nonverbal cues don't match, you're likely seeing hidden emotion or dishonesty. Practice this by watching interviews or reality shows. Pause and ask, what are they feeling? Once you can analyze this way, you're ready for the real test, applying these insights in real time. Level 3. Dynamic application. Using your insight in real situations. The world is messy. People are unpredictable. So this level teaches you how to stay sharp even when things get chaotic. Technique 1. Anti-fragile observation. Inspired by thinker Nassim Taleb, this idea is simple. Don't avoid conflict or confusion. Learn from it. In tense situations, most people shut down or react emotionally. But if you stay calm and keep observing, you'll notice patterns others miss. For example, in a heated meeting, who gets loud? Who stays quiet but watches carefully? Who interrupts? Who defends? Moments of pressure reveal real character. Technique 2. Pattern interrupts. Sometimes people fall into negative loops. They argue, shut down, or get defensive. When this happens, a pattern interrupt can reset the energy. Say something unexpected but neutral. Can we look at this from a new angle? Or, what would a third person think right now? These small shifts break the cycle and give you space to lead the situation. At this point, you've built perception, analysis, and real-time awareness. But there's one more level, turning all of this into a prediction. Level 4. Future casting, predicting outcomes before they happen. This is the most powerful level. You stop reacting. You start planning. You treat every interaction like a chain reaction. One move leads to the next. And if you understand the pattern, you can predict the future. Step 1. Map the chain. Ask yourself, if I do X, what will likely happen? If I say this, who will support it? Who will resist? What ripple effects could this cause? Always think in 3 scenarios. Best case, worst case, most likely. This builds mental flexibility and emotional control. Step 2. Use feedback loops. You won't always be right, so you need to build a system for learning. After every important situation, reflect. What did I expect to happen? What happened? Where was I wrong? What can I adjust next time? This is how you train wisdom. Not just facts, but understanding. Over time, your predictions get sharper. Your awareness gets stronger. And your confidence becomes unshakable. Most people are blind not because their eyes don't work, but because their mind is clouded. But when you train these 4 levels, clear perception, deep analysis, dynamic application, future casting, you start to live differently. You walk into a room and you see what others miss. You listen not just to words, but to silence. You act with purpose. And most of all, you think clearly even under pressure. This isn't about becoming a genius. It's about becoming someone awake, aware, and always learning. The world is full of signals. It's time to stop missing them.